Hi guys, there's a strange defence the right wing are taking when it comes to Suella Braverman. The current policies, be them stop the boats, move people out of hotels, or refuse to process claims, is down to the Home Office and its boss Suella Braverman. But for some reason, and I've touched on this before, the right wing, be it in the Conservative Party, in the media, or even other political parties, is to refuse to criticise the Home Secretary. Ben Habib from Reform UK was actively defending the Home Secretary in this clip, but his position was made difficult by Marina Purkiss, who rightly claimed that if Braverman was in business, she would have been sacked ages ago. Have a listen to this.
And so what I suspect what we've got with Suella Braverman is a cabinet minister who wants to take action to stop the boats, is hemmed in the cabinet which isn't with her. I don't think Rishi Sunak is genuinely committed to stopping the boats. He's just, he just wants to throw money at the problem.
Right, so I'm sorry. She does not want to stop the boats. If she genuinely wanted to stop the boats, she has a solution. It would be to open up more safe routes for the countries that we know people are genuinely fleeing. She has closed them down, which is why we have seen this massive soar in the numbers of people getting into small boats. She has got no desire to stop them because it's part of the rhetoric, the narrative, this awful, this throwing of red meat to people who thrive off this cruelty. So she's got no desire to. If she did really want to, she has it within her gift to do so. And also, she should be sacked, absolutely, for a number of reasons. But firstly, she should never have been in that position. Don't forget, she was responsible. She was sacked by Liz Truss, which is saying something, for repeated breaches of she shared documents when she shouldn't have done. She was known as Leaky Sue. Repeatedly she did this. This is a woman who is now in charge of our home security. But Sunak gave her the role. It was very obviously quid pro quo because Sunak needed Suella Braverman to galvanise the ERG, right, to be like, support this guy, get him into number 10, which happened, right? She's not fit for that job. But then just look at her track record. Right, you're in business, Ben, right? When you have people working for you, they have targets that they have to...
Well, the Home Office, the Home Office is a disaster. I completely agree.
So let's look at... But just on a personal level, she's trying to get... She's seeing whether she can expense her speeding fine. She's the target of immigration, just look at that. Record immigration levels, record boat crossing levels.
I agree.
Like 1.6 billion spent towards
and that's why I say...
£5 million
I completely agree.
Right, so everything
3.7 billion pounds. 3.7 billion pounds spent by this government last year out of the international aid budget. Are you aware of that? Mm-hmm. Out of the international aid budget to house, feed and care for people who've crossed from France. So instead of sending aid to the most deserving parts of the globe, which is what the international aid budget is for, we're now spending a third of that budget domestically from the Home Office because it can't stop the boats. But...
And any other business should be gone.
But that's why I say if she's...
this government, because he needs her.
He needs her. it's so true. It's wonderful to watch Ben Habib keep quiet for a moment and be schooled on these things because he's there defending Suella Braverman. For what reason, I don't know. Honestly, he's in a sense in an opposition party. He should be criticising the Home Secretary, saying, you have failed. But for some reason, as he pointed out, she's hemmed in. She wants to stop the boats, but it's the fault of the civil service, or it's Rishi Sunak because he doesn't really believe in stopping the boats, or some other rubbish like this. And then he goes on to complain about the amount of money being spent, but he blames the government. You notice that he didn't blame Suella Braverman. Once again, why the heck is he defending Suella Braverman? Is it because he understands that the far right in Britain love her for some reason? They can't have enough of her? She's a failure. As Marina has pointed out, somebody who was sacked because she was leaking documents and then rehired by Rishi Sunak because Rishi Sunak needed the far right within the Conservative Party on board. He couldn't win the election on his own, the election for leader. He couldn't win it. So he lost to he lost to Liz Truss, like the cabbage lady, lettuce lady, I should say. So he needs the far right on board. The Conservative Party in Parliament are supportive of him, but the members of the party are completely against him. So he needed to throw them a bone, and that was Suella Braverman. Yeah, I'll hire her. She's popular with you guys, and I'll make her Home Secretary and put her in charge of immigration. She's not competent, but it doesn't matter. but once again, I can't understand why opposition parties like Reform UK aren't criticising the Home Secretary. Do they want her to become the leader of the Conservative Party in the future so they can form a coalition, or what? Is it they're just happy to see the Conservatives move further and further to the right? Is that their goal? Perhaps that's the goal, so that they will implement far-right policies economically. They don't care so much about immigration. It's just a vehicle for them to get. It's a vehicle to get to a destination, and that destination, of course, is lower taxes for business owners and big business owners, people who donate to the likes of the Conservative Party or the Reform UK Party. Maybe that's the goal, and just use issues like immigration or wokeness or whatever as a vehicle to get there. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.